OneWorldRadioTV.com, Reggae Makosa, and we're here with a legendary group from the UK, and we're honored to have them in America. Misty and Ruth. How you doing, Vocal?
Oh, I'm Irie.
First time in America, eh?
First time in America, yes.
So, what's the feeling?
Well, it's a blessing to see the response, and even how the music is really big here, so I'm pleasantly surprised.
That is good.
Yes.
But I talked to you or Ian many years ago, maybe about 2 years ago. It was Ian, huh?
It could be Ian, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
There was something. I was in Brazil. No, I was in Peru, and one of the DJs, I was staying over at DJ's house, and he had been to England. He's English, and he picked up Misty and Roots, and I go, what? A new Misty and Roots, and so we got in and we emailed your record company.
Okay.
And we got nothing, and so I got home and I kept on, and finally I went into your I hit your. Somebody had Misty and Roots, clicked in, it was your website, and I had your phone number, and I called you in England. And then we said, well, maybe next year. I said, I want you on Bob Marley Day. I can't believe it, how John manifest.
Well, such is life. Give thanks and praise, man.
So, back in the day, you started as a commune. You had a commune like Akabu, and a lot of sisterins started from the whole posse of Misty.
Yes, we had like what we call a musician cooperative, and amongst other artists, Akabu at that time was African Woman, and they have now called themselves Akabu. I think it's the same African Woman, but they were amongst us and a few other bands, so we were just, how would I say, independent of the mainstream of the music business. So that was our little record company. You can put it like that, the People's United Cooperative.
You got a lot of fight, didn't you? In that community, because you're activists with the police and all them things. It wears you down after a while.
Well, at that time the situation was very hard. Things have improved somewhat, I must say, through the years. But even at that time, it was a revolution in England, because I would say the young black people were now coming of age and were striving, trying to do something with themselves within the society. So the People Unite Musician Cooperative was just an expression of the young black people in Southall. That is a place in West London. So there was a lot of struggle, yes.
Brixton and...
Yes, man, yes.
All over there.
Yes, yes.
A lot of fascists and...
Well, all over, the whole of the country. The 1970s and most of the 80s. We had to struggle. It was a big fight, yeah. Yes, yes, yes.
And then what happened? There was a death in the family.
Well, this happened even at the end of the 80s, because we actually were in West Africa, Ghana. We were doing some concerts there, some shows there, and unfortunately one of our brothers drowned, I would say, in that time. It was tragic, but as you know, we had to come over that, get over that, and we are still here. So such is life. We just have to accept that it's a part of it.
Did you stop playing music for a period of time and then regrouped and came back together?
We never actually stopped, but we had to, inspire ourselves once again to even go out and continue the struggle. So we never really stopped. We just continued with what we have, but on a different level.
If you would want to talk to the youth, all across the globe, and that's what our station, it goes all over the globe, what would you tell the youth at this time? Because we are in crisis. what would you tell the youth?
Well, respect is important. Each, well, I would say race have to respect each other. And mainly Africa is black people country. I know that, and I think people should respect that too, because there's too many things happening in the world now, and it's like black people are just pushed aside. They are not really considered. And we didn't, you know, we need respect as black people. So I would say respect is important. Everybody in the world, no matter what race, we should respect each other. And also respect each other, what would I say, countries. Africa as a black man land, people have to respect that. So respect is important.
True. In Africa, we really should look to right now. I just read that 57%, you know, of age between, I think, 40 and the youth were dying from AIDS, and that should not be so. And they're overlooking, and you see things that are happening in the Sudan, you know, and it's like we're being looked over. So we need to group together, you know, as a people, you know, and because it seems like we're scattered.
Well, you see, if the black man knows himself, then everything will be fine. But I think because we have forgotten ourselves and forgotten our Creator, there is like a curse upon us. And until we remember who we are, you know, this curse will not be lifted. So we must all know who we are and respect that as black people. As the creator of all things, we must know that, because we were the original of all humanity. So therefore, if a black man knows that, and he must also respect where he comes from. Because as you're saying, many Africans are dying. So Africans are needed in Africa in this time. So it is important, even the Rasta message of repatriation, it is very important. Even in this time, black man should repatriate back to Africa. That's where we stand.
Same. You know, Bob Marley, what does he mean to you?
Bob Marley as a man, he done an important work, and give thanks and praise, because if it was not for his work, even the music would not have been in such a height that it is now. So what he's done for, well, I would say reggae musicians and even black music, and even for the Rasta cause, even the repatriation cause, was very important. So within that, as a Rasta man, it's important to see Bob Marley being such a popular human being. It's very important.
You know, we're talking about black people. I want to go back a little bit, coming together and what we need to do. Harriet Tubman, do you know who she was? I know she was she ran the Underground Railroad here. It's Black History. I was talking to Martin Campbell. He never heard of her. You know, so we have to have Harriet Tubman Day. But Harriet Tubman said, "I freed 1,000 slaves." And she said, "I could have freed 1,000 more if only they knew that they were slaves." So we still have that slavery. The chains are off our bodies, but it's still on our minds.
Well, there we are. Because I think it was even Peter Tosh who said, "Don't matter where you come from, as long as you're a black man, you're an African." And believe me, unless we remember who we are, we know the results. Africa is finished. You know, we did not. So the curse is upon us, and until we are black Africans once again, the curse will not be lifted, because we cannot be everywhere in the world and support everybody else. It's about time that people support themselves and even support Africa more than supporting everybody else. We have to look after ourselves in this time.
It's true. Misty, in Roots,